It's a verb for when you fall off a cliff.
I.
There you go.
Alrighty.
Close the sequel stuff that I was looking at. Yeah. So, I suspect this is going to be the end of Riven.
Mm-hmm. It's gotta be.
Actually remember exactly where we were, like precisely.
Basically going to age 233.
Yeah, and I
So
think we were talking about possibly loading your save rather than the autosave.
yes.
I don't remember why. Something about going to the as well, you know why, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. We want to. I think we want to try going in the book when he offers it or asks us to.
Oh, really? Well, I
That's
mean,
the only
worst
thing I
case.
could think of trying is like the first thing to do. It doesn't sound like a good idea, but
Well, I mean, this is what save files are for, right?
yeah. It'd probably just be another ending, if
I
nothing
don't know if
else.
it's going to count as the same ending, honestly.
Maybe. But it should be different though, right? Because like he's there.
Yeah.
He'd be like, oh, you thought you could trick me. Something. I guess we have to re-enter this.
Didn't you end up loading the autosave?
Uh, it's okay. I remember. Is it this? It's this or switch these two. So green is temple, so it's switch these two. Yeah, prison's blue. So that. Ah. Ba-dum-bum. Okay. Yeah. Click, 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 click. Unless we can find, because we were looking around the room, but we can't really do anything. Trying to find combination.
I apologize for the cage. I'm afraid this situation has often required of me a more primitive code of conduct than I might otherwise have chosen. I am Gen. I assume you've heard of me. Yes.
Who? Nope.
Well, I suspect you have acquired some false information of who I am now. Not that my son would have lied to you about me. No, not Atris. It's just that, well, I'm
How
sure
much does
you
he actually
believe
know
me to
about
still
us?
be the depraved father I once was.
He just assumes that his son sent
Yes.
us.
Yeah,
Even
well, probably
tried
just
to kill him
because
once.
understanding of the
God,
books isn't
if I had
common.
accomplished that, who knows what I would have become. A great father indeed, who tries to murder his own son. Thankfully, he trapped me on age 5, a prison of my own creation. No books, no precious inks.
At least I still
No
have my
ages to link
books.
to, nothing but my own foolish ambitions.
I think we've touched on this
It was
before, but like
30 years ago.
this Atros guy,
30
3
years,
members of his family have tried to
30
kill him.
lifetimes, what is it?
I feel like at a
No
certain
sentence
point,
could be too
you
harsh
have to
for the man
wonder
I
if the
was.
problem is with you. Like,
Mhm.
But
everyone
have
around me,
changed.
it seems to be a jerk. Either that or you're really annoying, dude. I bet you, in every
To be
single
sure,
world he
the deeds of
creates
my past
or,
can never
or,
be
or
completely
amends,
atoned for.
everyone
But my mission
eats
was an
obnoxiously with their
honorable
mouth
one.
wide open.
I'm sorry, this is all a bit awkward. It's been a long time since I've attempted to persuade anyone of my intentions. Most of the people here have already made their minds up about me one way or another. I myself do not trust the words of most men, so I don't expect you to believe me. In the end, though, you may discover that I do have more than mere words to offer.
Wish I could save here.
Atrus's choice of punishment has been hard on
So
the
you have to
people
sit
of
through
Riven.
this again.
Many have suffered because of it. The island has been steadily decaying for years, but according to my most recent measurements, it
I'm
appears
assuming you
that
can't tap
the
space to
fifth
skip a
age
line.
has entered its final
Nope.
days.
Skip. Skip.
Unless the villagers can be
Skip.
relocated soon, the island will collapse entirely, and
Hey, some
everyone will
NPCs
perish.
take very unkindly to that.
It has taken me a long time to do it, but it appears that finally I'll be able to make some substantial amends to my past transgressions, especially in... Well, I'm afraid I've had some trouble with Catherine and the moiety. In any society, there will always be a small percentage of the population with rebellious tendencies. Before Catherine appeared, the moiety, as they call themselves, had been relatively harmless. I mean, the natives here are a fairly violent people by nature, but I'd almost come to accept their presence. Upon Catherine's return, however, their violence intensified considerably. It seems she's become some sort of religious savior to them. As far as I can tell, she's come to believe this herself. So I've had no alternative. I had to separate her from her people.
Bernal.
The
You're
actions
first.
of Catherine and the moiety have put my own
Oh.
life at risk on numerous occasions.
I don't know how you keep getting here before I do.
Consequently, the lives of
It's
all
impressive.
people here. Therefore, I must ask you to refrain from any attempt to free her. Although I'm sure Atrus desires it. Indeed, he must desire it with all his heart. But he is completely unaware of her recent state. Which brings me to the point of all of this. The linking book you brought with you. You're very fortunate to have recovered it. If I may. Thank you.
Maybe it's the expression on our face while he's looking at it that tells him don't use it. Eh?
It's not a bad thought, really.
Is it a trap? Should I use it? Long, awkward silence.
I do like this part.
He's like, I'm gonna use it. Wait a minute.
Like, they set up that what the mechanism is, the possibility
Perhaps
of
it would
him
be best
considering
if you
it.
went through first.
Okay. They're sitting through all that.
Yeah.
It's like, what else to do, though? Immediately acquiesce to Gen's command. Hi. It's great. Come on in. More long, awkward silence. Did he just use it?
No. Did he?
Where's the book? Save.
Under a different slot, just in case.
Yeah.
How the? But what?
I think he trusted us because we used it.
But when you're trapped, it shows you being trapped in a book.
But, I mean, he can't see everything, maybe.
Were we like ducking down? Were you hiding under a blanket?
Wait, do we have him in our... Maybe we have him in a satchel? Well, you know what we have to do.
Click on that to go in there.
This is like the stupidest thing you could do.
I don't know exactly why you released me, but you realize, of course, that this must be the end.
What do you mean? It's great in here.
It may provide
See?
you with some
Look.
solace, however, to know that with this act of self-sacrifice, you have secured your place in history. The Dunning
This wasn't an
will be
achievement.
reborn, and the lives of millions
Maybe it was. Maybe it's
will
the same as the other one.
Thanks to you. Farewell.
Oh, it is. Trap yourself in the trap book. Gotta get all the cheesemans. Or as many as we can.
Yeah, no. Good thinking. It would not have occurred to me.
What, to just look in the book again?
Well, no, doing it again totally occurred to me. But the what got you to that
This takes
first
too
step
long.
there, the
I'm just gonna restart the game.
yeah, intentionally entering the book, even though he can see that you're trapped. That thought never would have crossed my mind.
I like the first time I did briefly consider it, just like, okay, like obviously being trapped is a bad thing, but what if we can trick him by acting like we are trusting him? Or
I mean, you more than considered it. You suggested it last stream, but it still didn't occur to me that it'd be possible, because only because besides the fact that was the first game doesn't mean the same thing the second game, but when his lackey found the book, he was like looking into the book as if he was looking at us to confirm that. Oh yeah,
yeah, you're right. Minya?
yeah.
Okay. So what is this one? This is just a not worky book.
Oh, that's him trying to make one.
Maybe.
This looks neat, or
Weird that
maybe
we
it's
can't
3D.
interact with anything here. It looks
Wait,
like
you
books.
can't interact with that?
Nope. Minya. A ladder. There's a switch. This thing. Oh, it's wind up.
sax machine.
Yeah, in case you need to send a sax to someone.
Boo. I am booing you. The boo.
I bet this switch just activates the book, right?
I can't tell.
Or, oh, it releases it.
Oh.
It's the page down. Okay.
So in theory, you could put the book on the.
Oh,
Yes.
that was like a stock portal sound. What did that do? Oh, it turned the book on. Okay. What's outside? Can we go outside? Probably not. Looks too expansive out there. So there would be too much game out there for us. Oh. Oh, okay, never mind.
All of the game.
Whoa, vast. Such vast. Oh. He's cooking.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. I feel like that's not the right positioning for that, but I don't mean in terms of relative to the light, because the sun could have been in a higher position when it was first put there.
Right.
I mean in terms of how close it is to the parabolic reflector. Seems too close.
Oh, you
or
mean
too shallow.
I guess the
feel like
angle, yeah, or it would have to be a deeper dish for this to make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Deep dish.
Yeah. I want pizza.
I forgot to use this. I don't think there's really anything out here. Just world. Oop. See if we can find a combination.
Chocolate and peanut butter. Oh, you meant a thing for.
He's got a sink. Is that a?
What was he?
Is it like a water heater up there that turned on?
Hmm. Whatever this is, you turn it, light it.
Tagamem, san botegan shem. Fasi.
You can tell the game's old. You can't get away with saying that these days.
They're a little.
Oh. It looks like a
CD-ROM.
CD tray out of, but yeah.
Maybe it is.
I mean, it really looks like it.
San botegan shem.
Again,
Fasi.
my husband and my salvation. I dedicate, I guess it's like a really tiny E. Myself to the love, that rescued me.
So was that video, Catherine?
No.
Ugh. Creepy picture.
Dark. I start this latest journal with astounding news. Oh, nice. I didn't realize I could do this. Catherine has returned to the Fifth Age, and though it sets my teeth on edge to say it, she has also vanished as quickly as she appeared, stolen from me by the rebels. As my guard tells it, she linked into the Fisher Plateau cage, just as I'd surmised, when suddenly he was set upon by a band of rebels who darted him and spirited her away. I suspect the truth of the matter was that he was so dumbfounded at actually witnessing someone link in after all this time that he presented an easy target for whichever rebel happened to be nearby. The damnable luck of it. He did get a good enough look at her, though, to verify that it was indeed Catherine. He also claims that he inspected all of her belongings and found no linking book on her person. A fact that I find hard to believe, but if true, makes the question of why she's returned here all the more puzzling. While I am sick with frustration at having lost the only quarry that Cage has ever caught, I am also filled with hope, as she may yet provide me with a way back to Dunny. It is true that I have managed, despite overwhelming odds, to break free of the confines of the Fifth Age and resume my mission to save my culture from extinction. But I fear that unless I am able to regain access to the vast resources that lie in the city's ruins, the task of resurrecting that great civilization will be impossible. If Catherine did bring a linking book with her, then I am halfway there. If not, then she is trapped in the Fifth Age, and I can only assume that my emotionally crippled son will soon be along to rescue her. Either way, it is crucial to my plans that I find her soon. Her presence here now forces me to take the rebels more seriously. I should never have permitted them to survive this long. Once again, the Great Wark has demonstrated its usefulness to me. The villagers have been difficult to manage in the wake of Catherine's arrival, and their fear of this mythic beast has been all that has kept them in line. Had I known how truly useful these prodigious creatures would prove to be, I would have captured more of them while the local population was still plentiful. Although, to be sure, if these disturbances continue, my current pets will be in no danger of perishing for lack of nourishment. Yep. So they are called warks.
Is that the sea creature thing?
The fish that go wark. And he was using them as a threat. The search for Catherine continues. I deeply regret my mistake of having ever taught these primitive people anything at all about the books. It seems that with each passing day, I more sorely realize the extent to which they were not ready for that knowledge. Not even in the simplified manner in which I presented it to them. Their minds, adapted only to the exceptionally menial tasks of village life, were incapable of comprehending the art in all its complexity, and were thus unable to glean any of the underlying principles that are, ironically, so elegantly simple. It is obvious that so much of the discord that exists between us stems from their failure to grasp the meaning of the information I gave them. If they'd been able to gain even the smallest glimpse of the glorious future I had planned for them, this conflict would not exist. The minds of the children, however, are much more malleable. With the proper tutelage, they have developed a more appropriate posture towards the culture that has given them their lives. At times, they take to it almost as if they had a bit of Dunny blood in them. Given the natives' inborn limitations, however, I'm quite careful that none gain a level understanding that would permit them to sin against their future the way that Catherine did. How foolish I was to think that she could wield such knowledge responsibly, when it was quite clear that my own son could not. Atris, still he remains one of the greatest disappointments of my life. I should never have left him with my mother. By the time I'd returned for him, he had already been poisoned as to all thoughts of aiding me in my noble mission. Perhaps that was the only way she could soften the fact that she had been responsible for the collapse of the entire civilization. So much destruction, so many great lives lost. The guilt must have been unbearable. She did seem to love my father and our world, but ultimately she was an outsider whose ignorance of the Dunny became the catalyst for their demise. If I am able to rebuild our culture and in the process correct such weaknesses, then perhaps what she did was ultimately necessary in order that a new and stronger era of prosperity might someday come to pass. I have been increasingly beset by images from the past these last few weeks. As I stood in the schoolroom today, I was reminded of my own childhood, the years I spent in the Bookmakers Guild. Father's immense pride at each of my small accomplishments there. He was an important man in the Dunny world, but I cannot bear to think of him for long. It is too much. I was too young to see such things. I have her. Late last night, I received word that Catherine had been apprehended while attempting to persuade some of the villagers to join her. I lost a few men in the process, but I would have gladly paid 100 times that number for such a prize. She's been imprisoned in my old office, where I've been attempting to gain some insight as to the reason for her return. I've had to fight the all but constant impulse to put her on the gallows, as she has adopted the most infuriating stance of only answering my questions, when she answers them at all, in her native tongue. Even so, she is a poor liar. I am now certain that her return to Riven was unintentional and that she brought no linking book with her. As far as her willingness to share with me the location of the moiety, we shall see. Without their leader, however, they are once again powerless against me. Catherine's coming here was indeed an accident, then Atris is bound to come for her. That is a given. The question I must now consider is, how will he attempt it? It is likely that his hesitation is due, at least in part, to this dilemma. Sick. One way or another, though, he'll have to bring a linking book to get back. There is no other way. It's late and I cannot sleep. I've lost so much in my life. My people, my father, my son, and you, my wife, Kita. You were the only true kindness I've ever known. Watching you flicker there in the imager, I sometimes wonder if you were real. If I could restore your life with my pen, I would do so in an instant and leave the rest of the world to their own wretched fate. Damn these savages. I would be well advised to leave them all in the 5th age and begin again with a clean sheet of paper. A stranger has arrived on Riven with a linking book to Dunny. Oh, he found out about us. What date is this? This is it's a 3/12. I still don't understand. 3/12 doesn't seem like this would be right. It should be like 80 something. So I don't understand the logic behind that. It's like probably like 87 was like one of the years I remember seeing in Arabic numerals. This is 71, July 1st, or January 7th. And once again, my useless minion was overtaken by the rebels. From what little I could decipher of his muddled explanation, it apparently occurred sometime this morning. The cage mechanism has been damaged, but that is no matter. Everything I need is here now. Atris is certainly behind this, but why would he send someone else in his stead, and with a linking book no less? Surely he would have guessed that I would be waiting for him. Such recklessness is unlike him. Could it be that he's had a change of heart toward me? That after all these years he has finally decided to let his old father go? Ha! I knew all too well where his loyalties lie. He is only after one thing. Perhaps the stranger should find her. For now, I need only to wait and observe. I'm beginning to think that it was a mistake to allow the stranger to roam freely about the islands. In their ignorant probing, they attempted to power the damaged drawbridge from Temple Island, and the entire bridge collapsed. Oops.
What?
I wonder if you don't actually do that, it won't appear in this book, I bet.
Huh.
That's interesting. A trivial loss at this point, but it irks me all the same. Had I not yet managed to free myself from that crumbling age, it would have hampered my progress severely. But again, it is no matter now. The day will soon come when I will be done with Riven forever. Disconcerting news. Last night, a group of maintainers happened upon a lone rebel scout and were able to engage him long enough to learn of a most implausible device. A crystal window, supposedly capable of amending my linking books, much the way that my own remarkable system does, but with one slight advantage. It is small and weighs only a few pounds, making it entirely portable. If this outlandish claim is true, then the artifact in question must be something that Catherine fabricated prior to her capture, no doubt from an explicit dunny schematic she brought with her. If only I'd had access to such a document all these years. The portent of this revelation is deeply troubling. Some years ago, the rebels managed to abscond with a dysfunctional linking book I'd intended to destroy. The book was never recovered, but once they had sufficiently atoned for this sacrilege, I graciously decided to let the matter slide, thinking that in their inept hands it could do me no harm. But if Catherine has indeed empowered them with such a device, the rebels may well have linked to another age. It also means that it's a 4 and an 8. No, a 9 and an 8. Oh, that's the age is no longer safe. This cannot stand. The stranger is the key to all of this. Tracking their movements has given me a good idea of where this rebel linking book and the crystal may be hidden. But before I can deal with that, I must secure the linking book back to Dunny. Everything hinges upon that. If I can regain access to my arsenal of resources there, I will happily leave the whole Riven to its own dismal future. Oh. Kita 1 father imager codes. Oh. So no, Kita is 5. Father is 2, 3. And Anna is 2, 3, 5. 5, 2, 3, and 2, 3, 5. Okay. I bet we interact with this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is 5.
So that's Kita then?
Yeah. That's Kita.
Do we know who Kita is?
Kita, I think, is Gen's lover
Oh, okay.
of sorts. I said it was 3, 5, right?
5, 2, 3, and 2, 3, 5.
Okay, 2, 3. Sorry, 2, 3. That's what we wanted. 2, 3. Oh, I bet the code's gonna be here
Now,
somewhere.
my turn. You want to record something so always you will remember. What is English for scramape?
Screw.
Scum from above.
Scum from above.
Your appearance should have inspired us to a better future. What does it mean for us as a people?
How you say?
We cannot embrace worlds outside our own.
Comment dit-on?
You were an angel from above. Always you will be my angel from above.
Closer than my peeps, you are to me. What was his name?
Father?
Oh, that was Father. Oh, that's Father? What? Huh. He looked... Who's Father?
Maybe in their language, that's just happens to be what his name is.
Oh, maybe he's a priest.
Hmm.
2, 3, 5.
your angel. An angel of death. The Denis Council knew it. They knew. If I hadn't tried to force my own ideals on your world, you would still be alive. You would still be alive. I wanted a life full of magic, full of books that bridged worlds, that lit up the darkness like stars. The possibilities were endless. It's just us now. You'll never have the life you should have had. Somehow my love and compassion, it took that. I don't know how. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Again.
I'm confused.
Yeah. Is Anna... The heck? The sniffle after it turned off?
Yeah, that was a little weird.
It's still going. I wonder if there's anything else here, like, we just put some other... Just do one. Is Anna Gen's mom, or...
Well, at first I was assuming Gen's mom, because if the other guy is father and she seems to be...
Yeah.
And she's referencing what father said, but...
Is this father, but older?
Possibly? Like, it sounds like maybe she came here and fell in love with one of the locals who's trying to learn her language.
Is that Kita?
I'm really confused.
Yeah, we're just like now getting introduced to some characters that we haven't heard of before. So.
On the other hand, it's quite possible that father actually is Gen. Like, maybe for some reason he's listed as father.
Maybe. Is there anything else here? Oh.
That's a good question.
We're still looking for a combination. Oh. Oh, is this it? So, well, it was ding, tick. It was four, right? Oh, that was different. How is this supposed to work?
Can't we just take it with us?
Right? The heck? It's so small and I can't zoom in on it. It looks like there are numbers on it. other ways to interact with it? Ugh. I don't understand what we're trying to do here.
Is it the same each time or no?
It's different. Is it? Is it the same?
That's a good question.
I need to see it written out. Trill, ding, snap, trill, snap. Trill, ding, snap, trill, snap. It is the same. For some reason, I thought I heard it differently a few times. Trill, ding, snap, trill, snap. My pen doesn't write. There. Just to be sure. Trill, ding, snap, trill, snap. But does I guess that other stuff doesn't mean anything? I don't know. Okay, I guess that's everything here. Trill, ding, snap, trill, snap. There we go. What the heck? Fatal error.
No. Or it's probably fine if we reload. Oh, wouldn't it be hilarious if it reset the password?
That'd be weird. Hello?
Hi. Oh, if it crashed, you should see if it's still running in the background.
Yeah, alright. Usually when it is, the button on Steam is different. Like, it has a stop button instead of a play
What?
button. If you start a game from Steam, if the game is running,
Seriously?
it'll have a stop button instead of a play button.
It has a button at all?
Yeah.
Like where? Like in the library?
When you click on the game and it's got like it has like a play button.
Oh.
Do you ever start games from Steam? Or
Oh, no, I usually I have, but I usually just right click on the icon in the taskbar and then just choose the individual game.
oh,
So I'm not used to seeing that button. I had no idea what you're talking about first, but now that I open it up, I do see what you mean.
okay. Yeah, it doesn't appear to be running. I wonder if it's just like, I don't know. Is my computer like overheating or something?
If you put your hand behind the box, I don't know what we call them these days. Used to call them a tower. Does it feel warm or cool?
I mean, it's definitely warm behind the case.
But not like noticeably warm.
It's pretty warm, but yeah, I don't think it's like terrible.
Can't remember how to easily check the temperature on. Oh,
I think Task Manager even has it, right?
yeah.
I
think mine does only for.
remember seeing it somewhere. Is it under performance?
Yeah, on performance, I see it for the GPU, but I'm not seeing it for CPU, weirdly. Hmm. I'm guessing it's running.
Yeah, it's running. This is the autosave. Did I dust it? It's not dusty. I gave it a thorough cleaning maybe a few months ago, like opening everything up and really blowing it out. And it's not dusty right now. Just double check this, make sure it didn't change. Okay.
I wasn't on that window. Did it still show the text?
Yeah.
You might want to turn that off just in case. I don't know.
You think that's a problem?
Probably not, but simpler and all that. Sorry for smacking the mic.
I didn't hear anything.
Well, then I'm not sorry. So there.
I mean, the mic probably didn't feel great about it.
Well.
All right.
The question is, do you remember how to get to Prison Island from here?
Prison Island. Yes. We can get there from... We could go... Let's go this way, I think. Yeah, let's go this way. All we need to do is go into the Starry Expanse. That's actually our only route to Prison Island. To the Starry Expanse. Let's go over here. And then boiler is the vertical line.
Glad you have those, because I don't currently.
Prison is the vertical eye with a dot.
Yes.
Hey, Obsidious.
Oh, gee, I wonder who wrote that one.
I think it was you.
Yeah, I actually figured that out. But the fact that like 3 words in and my eyes are already like spinning back as fast as they can. Also, Blue Orchard Mason bee totally sounds made up.
Trill, ding, snap, trill, snap.
Which my guess would be 23121.
Oh yeah, it did also give numbers.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
I think they were just for the sequence, wasn't it?
No, like each sound had a different number associated with it.
Oh, I thought it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh.
Oh, that could be a mistake. Wait, that's okay. This or the button? It's just that. What does the button do?
That's a good question. It'd be hilarious if this was a little secondary prison.
Oh, we just get stuck.
For anyone who was poking around my stuff. Like a honeypot.
Hello.
We have to move quickly.
Now we're stuck here together.
Gen's people may already know what's happening. Once we're back with the moiety, we'll have time to regroup. Can I see the book?
Don't let him out.
You did it. You captured Gen. We're all free. But there's still his followers. I'm not sure what they'll do once they realize he's gone. I have to get the villagers to safety as soon as possible. And you go back to where you first arrived and reopen the fissure. I know it's risky, but it's the only way to signal Atris. I'll try to make it back there as soon as possible, but don't wait for me.
But how? How do we...
and don't forget the combination in my journal. You'll need it.
Oh, it's in your journal. Where's your journal? Do we have your journal?
Presumably, she's not leaving her combinations just lying around here.
Oh, is this it? Or is it in here?
I mean, this is her journal. Can we change the page somehow?
Oh! Oh my god. I thought it was just one page. Because it's vertical. I didn't consider flipping it. I thought it was just a note. With a crease in the middle. Oh, okay. So we had it the whole time. It's been 1 week since I linked to the Riven. And I'm still reeling from the changes I've witnessed. Even before my eyes Sorry.
I'm just distracted by it being the wrong it's.
Yeah. Even before my eyes could adjust, the smell of my homeland embraced me. The sweet salt air was instantly familiar. But the scene that soon resolved was not. As I stood there, struggling to make sense of what I was seeing, a violent clang sounded and bars appeared before me. It was then that I must have been darted, for my memory after is cloudy. A Rivenese man, shabbily dressed in a militaristic attire, was shouting something at me. He seemed to be attempting to speak Dunny, but his grasp of the language was so poor that I could not make out his words. And then the world went dark. Many voices passed, until at last I awoke to a familiar face. Etty. After all this time, she's still as warm and kind as ever, and yet the years have clearly wounded her, as they've wounded everyone whose world became a prison when Gen was trapped here. Everything is tinged with pain and loss, even Etty's bright smile, though she does her best to hide it. A desperate urgency, squelched by unuttered fears, seethes beneath her cordial veneer. When Atris and I left Gen here, all those years ago, I was haunted by visions of what had become of my people, and how they might have come to suffer under his rule. But the injustices I imagined were nothing compared to the atrocities underlined that have actually come to pass. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. The following is a chronicle of what I have learned, a record of all that has happened, should I no longer be here to tell it. Doodles. The moiety. It seems the confrontation that led to Gen's entrapment on Riven was witnessed by some of the Rivenese, but their interpretation of the event was skewed, no doubt due to Gen's overinflated view of himself. Atris and I had hoped that stripping him of his ability to link to other worlds might lead people to conclude that his claims of godhood were false, but it appears the opposite has come to pass. If Gen was a god, and we had vanquished him, then we must be greater gods. It was thus assumed that my absence was only temporary, and that I would surely return one day to set the world right again. Thus, the quote-unquote moiety, the name they adopted after Gen's disparaging use of the term, were born. Sworn enemies of Gen and devotees of me. I had no inkling of this misconception about myself until 2 days ago, though in hindsight, it makes perfect sense given the way I've been treated. For their parts, they naturally assumed an omniscient deity might be well aware of their own divine status, so there was no need to inform me. I only finally pieced it together during a recent underground gathering, where they reenacted their version of the story of my life. A riveting tale that culminated with the confrontation between Atris, myself, and Gen at the edge of the fissure. The events had been exaggerated to such grandiose proportions that I found it hard at times to suppress my laughter, and yet this myth has also given them the courage to stand against Gen, and the hope that they might someday be delivered from the relentless inhumanities of his authoritarian rule. Even so, the fact that I am the one who has been cast as their savior, God savior, an omnipotent being who would one day return to Riven, overthrow Gen, and lead them to a new paradise, is deeply unsettling. I would do anything to free my people from this hellish existence, but I am not who they think I am. I'm only... How, though, can I dissuade them from this notion without also crushing their hopes? As Gen's power grew, so did the moiety, and in order to evade his persecution, for he would wipe them all out in an instant if he could, they had to become more and more adept at concealing themselves. They make use of a network of caves that so far he has failed to discover, but I fear it's only a matter of time. Oh, it's the switches before they're found out. Bolu. 3 Bolu must be lit. Secret passage to the rebel linking room. Aha! Further jeopardizing their existence is the fact that the moiety absolutely refuse to sever their ties with those who have sided with Gen. The two factions thus live together in surprising harmony, their overarching sense of cultural unity appearing to outweigh the schism, at least for now. I heard today that Father and Nant were inducted into Gen's labor force. Okay, Father is distinct from Gen. I so long to see them, but a dimness shrouded at Eddie's face so abruptly when I asked of them that it left me hesitant to press the matter further. I must know the truth eventually, but I fear the news will not be good. From the moment of their inception, the moiety have sought to disrupt Gen's plans at every turn, sabotaging his construction, stealing from his precious stockpiles, and keeping an ever-watchful eye on his every move. They shroud themselves with dark coverings and delight in the fact that their enemies are often frightened by their wraith-like appearance and their almost preternatural ability to wreak havoc without detection or consequence. It was in the course of one of these forays that I was fortuitously rescued when I first linked to Riven. I shudder to think... She writes her eyes differently. She writes...
What do you mean?
Her eyes are in print, not cursive. Gen writes them in cursive.
Yeah.
I shudder to think what might have become of me had that scout not been there to intervene. Gen will certainly be hunting for me now, no doubts. Furious at his guard's failure to detain me. He must be even angrier, though, at the loss of the linking book he surely assumes I brought with me. That I was deceived into linking into Riven without a way back is a bitter, yet fortunate fact, for it may well have meant the death of us all had a path back to Dunny fallen into his destructive hands. When he finally discovers that I came here empty-handed, he'll be angrier still. That is some consolation, at least. I have glimpsed the final breath of a dying age. A tiny blade cuts the void. The white hole divided again and again, dipped in black. The nib drips red. The art of genocide. Today I ventured above ground to see for myself what has become of the island. I hoped it wouldn't be as bad as the moiety had reported. It was worse. Having lived with it for so long, the Rivenese have become inured to the steady decay around them. But I was devastated. As we wound our way through the underbrush, I found myself once again breathing in my youth. The ocean air transporting me back in a matter of seconds. But as my eyes again took hold, the warmth of those memories vanished, and I was left with nothing but numbness. We had reached a bluff that had not been there the last time I visited my home. Riven, which was once one island, has split into 5 distinct pieces that have since drifted apart at an astonishing rate. 4 of these have been claimed by Gen as his exclusive domain. Only those who have sworn their loyalty to him are ever allowed access to them. From my vantage point at the edge of the trees, I could see 3 of them, now blighted with Gen's monomaniacal constructions. These islands are closely guarded and pose great personal risk to the moiety, though that hasn't kept them from doing whatever they can to thwart Gen's endeavors there. There's a boiler, temple, survey, forest. The 4th island I could not see, as it has crept away to some distance and now lies concealed by fog. The moiety said that Gen originally governed from this small island, living and working in a protected space he built for himself atop the stump that remains where the great tree used to stand. The only surviving forest is located here on the largest island, where the village also remains. This island was ostensibly intended to be the province of the people, but it, too, has been irrevocably marred by Gen's oppressive intrusions. Words fall, brittle brown leaves, masquerading as green, should never have held lives both bloomed and as yet unseeded. I feel nothing today. I am an outcast among outcasts, the diaspora of a dying world. Despite my repeated protestations, the moiety continue to treat me differently, their desperate need precluding only dissuasion from the belief that I am some sort of messiah come to save them. They misconstrue my every move as a validation of their faith, whispering of how I walk the island, bold and unafraid, mistaking my outrage of the island's devastation for bravery. But I am afraid, for I know something that the moiety do not, the underlying reason for the island's accelerated decay. Gen wrote this world, and so it will fail, as all of Gen's ages ultimately fail. I must make the moiety understand this, but I cannot talk to Eddie. There were brief moments soon after my arrival where my divine status was forgotten and I was simply Katran again. But they are almost non-existent now. Katran.
Yeah, one of the recordings said Catherine instead of Catherine. I was wondering if that's what it was.
Was it a recording or was it a person at the
Ooh,
yeah.
I don't remember. I just remember hearing it.
Yeah, I remember because you pointed it out when it happened. There
I
is
trust
one
you on that.
Yeah. There is one person, however, who seems immune to these fallacious notions. Neela. Maybe it was Neela. Her gaze has never faltered whenever I've dared hint at the uncomfortable truth. I feel I could trust her to bear the full brunt of it. Gen is making books. How did I not know this until now? Atris and I knew he would likely attempt it, as he has adopted the paranoid practice of writing all of the necessary materials into his ages. He's been exploiting the natural resources and the people of Riven as fodder for his mad pursuit to further his colonialist ideals. Thankfully, it sounds as if he has not yet succeeded. As painful as it's been, the fact that I've returned to Riven at this crucial juncture is fortuitous. The age is crumbling, my people are suffering, and if Gen succeeds in securing his freedom, other worlds will suffer the same. The moiety are looking to me. I may only be mortal, but I have to do something. This is the machine that will open the fissure. It's been a... Sorry, what?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Is that a word? It's been a wiggle long time. Is it just real? That's not an L. Very? It's been a wiggle long time since my last entry. There is much to tell. Maybe she forgot how to write cursive. It's been so long. It was hard to recognize, but I found the Star Fissure. It is located on what Gen refers to as his Temple Island. The moiety prefer to use the Rivenese word Aleppo, which means water pool. They've thus taken to referring to the void itself as Aladavan, pool of stars. It is the very fissure that allowed Atris and me to escape this age without leaving a linking book behind us, though it has since been sealed with a skin of heavy iron. Several derelict devices from that time remain mounted to its surface, including a hatch with a windowed viewport, a large telescope, and the mechanical lift that was used to install it, a combination to which was acquired by the moiety long ago. Aha! We do need those numbers.
Dang.
It's alright, we can figure it out again. In the early days, the moiety briefly considered reopening the fissure. Thankfully, they decided against it. Had they attempted it back then, results might well have been catastrophic. Were they to do so today, it would certainly mean the end of Riven. I am told that in the days immediately following Gen's confinement on Riven, he attempted to determine the feasibility of navigating the stars beneath the fissure, for he had seen the mist book fall from Atris's hands into that very same space. To this end, he sacrificed several poor souls, alleged transgressors of the law, by throwing them into the hatch so he could observe their fate. It is said that they did not die, but what becomes of them remains a mystery. And that original fissure is no longer alone. New ruptures have appeared in recent years at various locations around the islands. In some instances, the moiety were able to glimpse the breaches before Gen and his minions moved in to contain them. Their descriptions support my suspicion that the forces that are tearing Riven apart are more than merely geological. More troubling, however, is that Gen is not simply containing these rifts, but is somehow using them to travel between the islands, and that he has also reportedly devised a way to harvest the energies from the expanse for some as yet unknown purpose. How like him to wantonly exploit for his own selfish gain that which he does not understand. The starfield beneath the fissure is not as it seems. It is a gentle space, as hospitable to life as a flowing river. That is how Atris described his brief time within the expanse, before he linked out, leaving his mist book adrift within it. He was never able to conclude upon its nature, but I cannot help but feel that there must be some greater power, or greater pneuma behind it. Something I should have mentioned earlier. One of the colossal blades that appeared in the course of our escape from Riven, the great dagger that stands at one end of the fissure, has been adopted by the moiety as the emblem of their struggle. They have their own explanation as how it came to be, of course, but their choice is more apt than they know, as that dagger, along with the other blades, was a manifestation of my rage at the desecration that Gen had already wrought upon my world. I haven't told the moiety that I wrote it into this age, as I fear that would only fuel their overestimation of me. But I can't deny it pleases me to have inadvertently provided them with such a fitting symbol for their cause. So like all the giant weapons and stuff, she angrily wrote into the Riven book. My limited encounters with Gen's followers have been discouraging. Whenever I've attempted to engage them, they fled from me. I heard an interesting tale from the moiety last night, which may help to explain this. Soon after we trapped Gen on Riven, he claimed that it was he who had been responsible for the Great Blades, summoning them as a primitive reminder of the obeisance he expected. In the village circles, it is told that this act marked the beginning of a period of restitution, the end of which, provided they had proven their devotion to him, they would be delivered unto a new and better existence. I will continue my attempts to intervene on their behalf. The cage has finally failed. Gen is free. My sources have confirmed that Gen has managed to create a functional linking book. In fact, he had done so before my arrival, but kept this accomplishment so well hidden that only his closest acolytes were aware of it. I'm keeping with his callous regard for the worlds he creates. He has simply named this age 233. It is not yet known whether he has written others. I have also just learned that years ago, a moiety scout managed to steal a book that was an early failure that Gen had intended to destroy. It was largely complete, but did not work. I wasn't told about it until now because they thought it was useless. Gen struggled for decades, but he could never get a conventional linking book to work. Then one day he began, this is long, construction on a cumbersome mechanical solution, a complex array of devices designed to harness the energies of the starry expanse and use them to suppress his book's inherent flaws. The design phase was chaotic and often dangerous. The moiety tell of tremendous explosions as Gen sought to contain and wield forces that he knew little to nothing about. But he is nothing if not determined, and eventually he was able to use this enormous crutch to link to another age. I can't deny his brilliance, but it is an abominable solution, brutish and overwrought, and all but entirely unnecessary. I have studied the partially burned book that the moiety took from him. Although he sought retribution for the affront, he appears to have been otherwise untroubled by the theft, no doubt assuming the book would be useless in the moiety's hands. But I can use what they could not. The book may yet be salvageable. The age the book describes is wholly unsuitable as a home for the moiety, but I think it can be modified. I will dream. Ah, so this is the age where they live in the giant ball. I have nearly finished writing the moiety's age. The world, as described, is harsher and more desolate than they are used to, but they should be able to sustain themselves there. But we'll need a second book. Gen has been spending most of his time on 233 lately, so the danger is less, but getting into his lab will still be difficult. Iffy.
Iffy.
The coming collapse waits the air, blurring my vision both day and night. We must act soon. Success! We have secured a second book. Though I worry now that Gen will miss it and deduce our plans before we're ready. The descriptive book I've prepared as a refuge for the rebels is useless unless I can find a way to correct its inherent flaws. Gen's massive machine mainly functions to manipulate the energies within the expanse. It serves its purpose, but its excess seems unwarranted. The Rivenese have long used crystalline substrates as an elegant means to manipulate light, if I could just find the right material. Last night's dreams have delivered me a perilous plan. I will write this substance into the new moiety age. Barcode.
Oh. Interesting. Just in case we get a screenshot of this.
If we could temporarily access Gen's apparatus, we could use our book to link to this new age and search for the crystal. Someone would then have to carry the book back to safety once the link was made. If it fell into Gen's hands, all would be lost. When Gen links to 233, one of his acolytes always remains to shut down the device. We'll have to get to him before he can do so, which means we'll only have one chance before they're alerted to our presence. Everything is ready. I have written the material into the new age, and I have prepared the second linking book as a return path to Riven. Of course, it too suffers the same deficiencies as all of Gen's books, so it won't work unless it's augmented. Once I'm in the new age, I'll have to locate the crystal and adapt it to heal the gateway image, which should render the book functional. I can then use the second linking book to return to Riven with more of this material. It's risky, but if it all goes well, the moiety and any others we can convince to join them will finally have an escape. I have to take a break.
Yeah.
I need to take a pee break and stretch.
fine.
I'll be right back. Okay.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Yep. All right. Whoops. I can't help but laugh at the absurdity of this plan. I sound like Atris. Should I fail to return, it will likely mean the end of my life, but my only real fear is for my people. Everyone assures me they have complete faith that I will accomplish my task and lead them to a better world. That's the fulfillment of the prophecy, after all, but underneath, they are just as tense and fearful as I am. What will become of them if I do not return? Will they punish me, or will they perish here on Riven? One attempt to follow me through this new book to an unknown fate? Or attempt, okay. I don't know what to tell them. Against all odds, it is done. We have already evacuated most of our members to this new age, which the Moiety have named Tay. The world is more beautiful than I'd anticipated, so I am pleased. The Rivenese have been liberated at last. They stand beneath the open sky, unafraid, dazzled by their freedom. They are happy. There's still much to be done. The age is still vulnerable. The only way to completely protect it from Gen is to destroy the books once everyone is safely in Tay. I'm hesitant to bring this up with the Moiety until they've had a chance to acclimate themselves to the new world, as it would mean they would be forever exiled from the only home they've ever known. Nor am I eager to sever my own connection and my only path back to my life and family on Mist. But for the greater good, it must be done. For the moment, we're safe, but our activities could arouse Gen's suspicions at any moment. We cannot delay. I will return to Riven tomorrow to resume my attempts to persuade the remaining holdouts to join the others in Tay. For now, though, I must rest. All right. Okay, so we can go 2 places.
Can I see that picture of the combination again?
Sure. Are you going to work it out?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I mean,
so that is
3...
Yep. 3,
7?
9.
Oh, that's 9.
Yep.
3.
3.
1.
1.
5.
4.
4. 11? No,
8.
sorry, 8.
10. Oops, I'm gonna have to make sure that's separate as a digit.
6.
6. 4. 6.
6. Okay. And that's
I
10
think.
digits. Okay. So, do we want to go to the secret moiety place before?
Yes.
I think, yeah, I agree.
Like, there's no reason not to.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible and maybe like a 2 different endings thing.
I think that's what would make sense to me.
I didn't actually quite pick up on why we would be going there, other than that we can.
Let me think. The whole point of opening the rift is to signal to Atris and get him to come here, right?
Oh, I didn't know if it's to get us out. I don't know.
I think both. But
Yeah.
I think maybe it's like we have to help get the people out, so we need to go tell them, like, hey, we're leaving. Right? Maybe that's it.
How did we get to the village? I don't remember. I don't mean the abandoned one. I mean like the one where like we had to meet with someone and.
Oh shit! I gotta turn that off. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It starts with a T. That one.
Was it Tay?
Tay. Yeah. Tay. You're about Tay, right?
So how did we get there?
The animal shapes. There's a secret path.
Right.
This is... Oh, I just missed it. Oh, I didn't. Okay. Yeah.
I'm hoping you have those if we end up having to use that again.
The animals?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna save here.
Good idea.
Uh,
Apparently we can't save here. I wonder if it's because it's currently saving or because of where we are.
weird.
Oh, I mean, we can just go to the jungle area, presumably.
Yeah. Jungle is the horizontal.
Horizontal eye with a vertical line?
Mm-hmm.
Or vertical eye with a horizontal line?
It's that one over there.
Fair enough. I do like this as a shortcut, hub mechanism, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm. Oops.
I like that it's well integrated into the lore.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Although you do have to wonder what all those stars are.
Stars?
Aren't there stars when you're in there?
No, that's what I'm saying. They're stars. The stars
Well,
are stars.
are they stars? I mean, it's
I
not
don't.
space.
I can't save.
Interesting.
Hmm. Okay, we want to go.
I wonder if that's because of where we are in the story or because something's
Maybe.
broken.
All right. We need to go to the sticks. It's this way.
Yeah, that way,
It's this way.
and then that way. And the, I think you can guess this, but I was just going to say that no matter which way you went.
Yeah, because I'd be going the right way. That one, that one, that one. Okay. Was it the first? Sorry, was it the first or the? Yeah, there it is.
Yay!
Hidden in plain sight. Use the secret entrance to the Moiety Caves. Hello? Anybody home? Oh. Wait. Huh? Is this the same?
So how else did we get down here? I can't remember.
Uh... Is it the same place?
It seems like.
Is this it? Oh. Oh. This should be ocean down here. I didn't expect it to be the same place.
Well, it makes sense. I was trying to figure out why it seemed like it was instructions on how to get to where we'd already been.
Yeah, I thought there was just going to be like more people just like hanging out here in a different secret place. I didn't expect it to just lead back to Tay. I guess we're going to Tay. Ba 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 ba. Are we gonna get darted again? Maybe we can't go to Tay. I mean, it is possible that we could have did all that stuff with Gen before going to Tay. I guess. Okay. Well, then we have one thing to do then, it seems.
Time to open a fissure and then quickly leave the planet while the traditional music plays.
I'm lost. Okay, so we want to go to Temple.
Doesn't that take you to where... Wait, where's that go?
I didn't congratulate Mina on the bingo. We're going to Temple. Temple Island.
I don't know why I thought that was the hydrogen symbol.
It is the Temple is the hydrogen symbol, but we're in jungle right now.
Oh, you have to press the thing for where we are, not where you want to go. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all good.
I'm easily...
15. All right. Numbers?
3. 9, 3.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
1, 4, 8.
Okay.
10, 6. 4, 6. I think. Or I'm wrong.
Oh, nice. Okay. How's this work? Oh. Oh.
Oh, so you want to hook into that little loopy thing. And yes, it's just like you described. It is a rail. So presumably...
Sorry, hang on.
What's up?
No, this controller is on again, and it's vibrating like crazy, and it's about to jump off the desk. Anytime I crank something, it goes crazy.
Nice. So you probably want to go up a little bit, right?
Yeah. Well, now it's... Whoa, my mouse is like extra sensitive. There we go. Never mind. It's good now. Wait, why is it... Okay, just a little. My mouse is like... weirdly very sensitive now. Okay. Oh.
Is that... Huh.
Let me just look at it.
Maybe you end up having to go, like, below the lid for it? I just assumed it'd be that. It is a little high.
Maybe it flips it open? Like you hit the rim, push it up?
Maybe?
Let's see. Go like here. Okay, you can stop. There you go. Oh, it doesn't go that low. What happens if you just run into it? Huh.
You might just have to go slightly higher than you thought. Yeah, like there.
I don't know if it'll go any further. Oh, there it goes. Oh. That's not gonna... Yeah, maybe it just wasn't lined up just right. Is that too low?
Yeah. Or not.
I don't know.
That seems to be about right. There you go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, you broke the planet.
I just pulled the cork.
Time for the music to start.
Uh-oh. I can't move. Dun, 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 dun,
Where's
dun.
Catherine?
Finally.
Where's the book? I don't understand.
Atris!
Yay.
The villagers are safely in the Rebel Age. I thank you.
As do I. You've accomplished more than I could have hoped for. You've given me back my life. The path home is now clear for all of us.
Maybe I'll get sucked in.
Be hilarious.
Wait, no, it's the trap book.
I mean, it could be a trap book. You never know.
This is where our paths must part. Perhaps we'll meet again someday. You know where to find me.
Take a look. It's in a book.
Goodbye, my friend.
He's just... Oh. So how do we leave? We just fall in? Here we go. Oh, is this the scene from the beginning of the first one? It seems like it. Falling through a rift after a book, basically.
Now I understand. Endings and beginnings are within the fissure. That riven cleft of stars that acts as both a wall and a bridge. And though I'm unable to understand how, the very flow of stars that brought my mist book into worthy hands, I am sure served as a safe passage home for my friend. The age of Riven has come to a close, but the people of Riven are free. And now I am at rest, understanding that in books and ages and life, the ending can never truly be written.
By the way, Catherine, your children are dead. He killed them.
Well, they're not dead.
We're not sure on that.
Are they? Wait. Wait, what exactly did he do to the books?
He burned the books, which either destroyed the worlds they were in or sealed them into basically...
Okay, yeah, that's right. He did burn. They're probably dead.
Or wish they were dead.
Because if the book contains the world and you burn the book...
Well, so like when they pull the pages, it doesn't destroy the world. It just removes the link.
It gets like, yeah.
But on the other hand, if there isn't a book, is there still a world? That's where I don't think we have enough information to know.
I would say probably no. It's like saying if there's no code, if there's no code, then is there a program? You know, like it's
if there's no highway, is there still a city?
See, I don't think that's the same thing.
See, we're not sure if the book is the world or if it is.
Well,
the
yeah,
game.
they're called linking books. You're right, but
Yeah. But on the other hand, it's the linking books that appear to have been used to create ages, but maybe yes, maybe no, because
Yeah,
we know that Atris doesn't have the ability to create worlds, but he may or may
that's
not be
right.
making the books. So
That's right.
I think we just don't have enough information. But we do know that Catherine would probably like to know that she's never seeing her children again. And it's weird that she never even asked about them.
And she didn't have much time to. She probably did after they went back. And she's like, wait, where are they? And he points to the fireplace.
I like how he could have just put a rock on top of each of them. Put them in a drawer.
Yeah, or just put a lock on them.
Or, let them out, because it's still weird that, like, okay, there are such things as regular prisons, but anyways.
Well, I mean, book prisons are probably a lot harder to escape than regular prisons. And also, they're kind of just, like, suspended there, right? I don't know if, like, do they need to eat, or...
Well, see, either...
Maybe it depends on the rules within the world, the age, because there's, like,
possibly
ages where you don't have to eat. I don't know. But it was, like, implied that you're just there for eternity when you're in there.
Yeah. Now, the question is, what happens if you open the rift before getting Catherine?
I was thinking about that. I mean, technically, we wouldn't have the ability, like the knowledge to open
the question is
the
it
rift.
randomized or not?
Yeah, we could try to open it from an earlier save.
Oh, that's a better idea. I was thinking we could just start a new one, just because it's like the first thing you see.
You're right. I don't actually know if we have a save that's early enough. Wait, this one would work. This one's probably...
Save? I thought you saved over save 1, so that's pretty far back.
This one, I mean, we can still go to the rift from here. This is before even trapping Gen.
Good point.
So...
Yep.
There could be, like, another ending
round,
for each, like, before and after trapping Gen.
Yeah.
Like,
it might be one for getting Catherine, but not getting the moiety.
Mm-hmm. And this is very convenient.
Lost tones. Thank you for not acknowledging that.
I missed it.
We're gonna keep it that way.
So it was 3... You think I remember the whole thing?
I'm really wondering.
393?
So far, so good.
10?
No, not yet.
10 is next.
No.
10 is next.
Yes.
Four?
Not just yet.
This is 4.
Yes. Basically, there was a reason you thought 10 was next.
It's 2. No, it's 12. No, it's 1. 12's not even in here. It's 1?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. One of these is 8. One of these is 6.
So
one of these is 9.
What do you currently have? You have 3, 9, 3.
1, 4, 10.
Oh, not 10 yet. Sorry.
1, 4. Sorry, just give it to me. I don't actually remember.
8.
8. That's 8. Yeah.
And then 10.
Then 10. Then one of these is 6. One of them is 9.
No.
No?
6, 4, 6.
6, 4, 6. Okay. Let's do the 6s first. This is right?
So 3, 9, 3, 1, 4, 8, 10, 6, 4, 6.
Oh.
Wait. You don't have an 8 there, do you?
Is this 8?
That's 7.
Sorry. Oh, it's backwards. Okay. There it is. Okay.
I'm sudden urge to play a crane game. Oh, by the way, a game is beaten.
Oh yeah.
And somehow I still don't have bingo yet. Wow, you're way faster this time.
This whole time, this was the world's giant butt plug. And we didn't know it.
How is that making it?
What?
There isn't much time. Where's Catherine?
Who?
The trap book is empty. I don't understand.
You never did.
Father.
Father, I am no longer your father because you are no longer my son.
That one's the trap book.
I don't know what you thought you were doing, but
Thank you.
thank you. I finally am free.
Are we gonna get shot too?
I like how he left his follower behind.
Did we get shot?
Nope, we just got left here.
Summon Atris prematurely.
Now the question is, if you trap him, but don't get Catherine, is there yet another? I feel like that you're probably gonna get the same achievement.
I bet it might be a little different.
Well, it just says like prematurely.
But that's like super premature. That's like before even... Yeah. It's faster just to quit and restart. So yeah, we'll do that. We should have a save just after capturing him. So I have to go through all of his spiel again. His villain speech or whatever.
Oh, I forgot about all that.
This one. Is it this button? Lever?
Just in case, we should make sure we know the combination to her thing.
Do you think that matters?
Oh, right. Forgot. We're not letting her out. Sorry, I forgot. I forgot which variation of shenanigans we were doing.
Okay. This way. Vertical line.
I don't think it's worth going through all the effort to find out, but I would be curious to know what would happen if we did everything but contact the Moiti.
Oh. Everything including Save Catherine?
Yes.
I'm assuming, like, without contacting the moiety, maybe Catherine would still...
Stay behind?
I mean, like, deal with it. And then get rescued by Atris.
Well, I mean, there must be a reason that we're supposed to do that, and that they give 2 different ways of finding them.
Maybe.
Side note, why do they give 2 ways of finding them?
Oh, there was another intersection that would have been better, but oh well. Yeah. Um... What's the number?
393.
Okay, it was 9. 393.
148.
4. Uh-huh.
10. 646. Someone's going to be a pro of that.
Yeah. So, if all of those things are just getting sucked in, why aren't we?
That's a good question. I don't think it's a vacuum per se. I think it's
You think they're just like falling in from gravity?
no. I think it's a decomposition of reality.
Where's Catherine?
Oh, whoa.
I don't understand. You've captured Gen, but
Who's
why did you
Catherine?
signal me?
You know, we just like to watch stuff get
There's no
sucked away.
time left. The age is collapsing. I have to find Catherine. Your way is clear. You're free to go home. Farewell.
See you. Well.
Gen is at last defeated. But at what cost? The age of Riven is gone. And Catherine. There are no words.
Why'd you have a stranger saver?
Yeah, what exactly was his deal again? Was he actually doing something? While
He was supposedly working out a plan. But mostly just being on the safe side because he felt that it would somehow be too dangerous for him to come in with the exit. Now, of course, if
That's
we're
right.
so trustworthy, the point of we can trust all of reality and his wife to us, you think that he could have trusted us to have the exit because he could have just let him out. But
Yeah, I don't think there was another achievement associated with that one.
no, it seems like it's just the early ends where it's like, well, you scared me, got trapped, and you beat the game, and in between you did fewer than all three of the main goals.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that was Riven. What do you think of Riven compared to Mist?
Well, it was a much more involved game. I think it was a lot more interesting. I mean, they're both fun. I thought the puzzles were pretty good, both of them. There's a lot more going on in this one.
There's more going on in this one,
Mhm.
and I think that's both a positive and a negative. Because on the one hand, it's not just, yo, here's some puzzles, solve them.
Mhm.
But on the other hand, there's more to also take seriously. Like Mist was so goofy, you couldn't take it seriously, which kind of was in a weird way in its favor.
Hmm.
Yeah, comic overacting. Gee, I wonder which of these guys is the evil one. Both. Just obviously, like seriously. Um, in this one, it seemed a bit flat.
I don't know if I agree. I feel like there was a lot more dimension to this one than Mist. I feel like there's a lot more story. There was a lot more. I don't know.
I think I mean more like the characters themselves.
Oh, well, yeah. I think they both had very flat characters in that way. I don't think.
Well, not just the delivery, but if you're gonna try saying there's more of a story, like, oh, there's this history there, you get these tastes of this history there, but you only actually see it in the form of a few recordings, and
And lots of reading.
yeah, and that's just it, lots of reading. I almost wonder if this one would have worked better as a book. I feel like that's a bit of a joke to say considering the theme, but
Is there a book?
huh.
Oh, that's it. Riven the novel.
I don't. There's a bunch of things called Riven, but I don't
Yeah, as a
think
Christian
they're.
novel. Yeah. Yeah.
There's Mist and Riven, the World of Danae, but I'm guessing that's just a lore book.
Mm-hmm.
There's a strat guide for Riven. Really?
Oh, sure. There's like a strat guide for everything. Is it the Prima strategy guide?
I can't tell.
Prima.
Yeah, I actually don't know. Uh, uh.
Eh,
Anyways, I'm not sure what we're gonna play next. We have the time to figure it out.
yeah, I don't know.
There are definitely options. I don't. Yeah. Yeah. Give us a thought.
Yeah. We should also think about if there are any other spooky games.
Well, it's funny you say that. I have a couple games. I think I already actually picked them up.
Hmm?
I don't know if they're the right style or not. I picked them up just because I thought they were neat. One of them, where do I have this in so I can actually see? Do we have this? First off, I think it's mine. I might have either it's Ashley's. I do have Dropsy, which is not spooky, but it is creepy, I think. Um, but there's a game
Dropsy.
called Faith.
A point and click adventure.
Um,
That looks kind of weird. And
but there's
Faith.
also I do have on GOG some like spooky ghosty themed point and clicks.
Faith the Unholy Trinity?
That sounds right. I can't tell what
Ooh.
style that is, so I don't know if it's actually stream friendly or not. I have it on GOG.
Yeah,
Um,
that looks pretty spooky.
um, I also have the Dark Side Detective.
Oh wow. These are all
And
retro?
that one I think is literally retro.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like they were all
Yeah,
like made more recently.
yeah, that and Faith I think are actually retro.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's also I don't know which is the first one because it's a series of them, but there's a bunch of Blackwell books, and I think those ones are just old, at least some of them.
All
So
games.
like Blackwell Legacy, Blackwell Unbound.
5 graphic adventure video games.
I don't know what the first one is.
First release is from 2006. The last is
Oh,
from 2014.
oh, Oh, that would not have been my guess. Huh. That's a weird time for that.
Oh, these all look interesting.
So I have those on GOG already. Mind you, I'm not usually the one playing this.
Well, if you want to.
Yeah. There is another option, and I'm only going to mention it, and I'm just pointing out there is the option of playing Ultima 7.
Ultima 7.
I've started that so many times and never finished it because I always kept getting lost.
Bernald might like that.
Yeah. I've played enough to know that it's a fantastic game, but
Ultima 2?
I've never played Ultima 2. I've only played like 7 and 7 Part 2. I've started both of them. I've owned multiple copies of them, and I have them on GOG, but I was not thinking of me playing in this case. The best way to actually play them is so you know how like Scum VM plays games as it by providing the engine. There's an engine for Ultima 7 called Exalt that lets you do stuff like resizing or choosing what you want to see and stuff, how you exactly want to interact. Just a few things to make it a little more friendly to use. But anyways.
Okay. Yeah, we can figure it out.
Yeah. I'm
All
guessing
right.
the spooky stuff was for October.
Yeah. Pixel hunting.
I mean, I would love to see what Ultima 2 is. I just don't know if I could.
Play 2, 4, and 5. I haven't played any of them. All right. Well, let's see.
And of course, there is the Neverhood.
We've got only. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Neverhood. All right. Yeah, there was Neverhood. We've only got one bingo winner.
Yeah, okay, so would you like to know, remember how I'm like 3 away, like 3 individual, like 1 away from winning, right? Would you like to know what I'm missing? We didn't wish anyone happy birthday. We never once said seriously, and I
Seriously?
never
Well,
said,
happy birthday.
and I never said dang it. Of all the I have been a dang it away from winning this whole time. And when I saw that, my first instinct was to ask seriously, except that would trigger the other one. Yeah.
Auto call vote. You're a come on from winning?
Oh, we did.
Did we?
I did. I think I'm not 100%. I'm like 85% sure I did today. I forgot that was an event. Something was being annoying.
It's usually the case.
Okay, fair point. I'm gonna say I'm like 85% sure I did today. Specifically today.
All right. Just to save some time, I'm just gonna call dang it.
Okay. Yay!
All right. Yay. Everyone's got their bingos. All right. Well, let's go. Guess the good Jared.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Good night.
Good night. And good night.